Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to today's video. Today I am making my first ever manga collection. We're gonna collect these, put them down, and I'm gonna review the books, put my opinions on them, see how they work, and just in general see how I like them. In future stances, if you want to recommend any manga to me, put it in the comments, and I'm gonna hopefully continue this series for a while. In the next video, you'll see me in the store. But here's what we got for today. That's my first haul. We only got a few books. We got the first edition of Spy X Family, and then we also got 20th Century Boy, which I've heard is one of the best mangas, so I have a lot of expectations for the first volume, and I'm gonna get back at you once I read this. Alright, we're in our room, and this is the first book we're gonna read. We're gonna read volume 1 of 20th Century Boys, and like I said, I'm going blind into this. I have no idea what the story's about. I mean, like, I don't know. I hope it's really good, and I didn't just spend, like, however much it costed. So, I'll see you in a minute after I read this, or after I find something really interesting. Alright, guys. I just did an update. I just made it to chapter 4. Some of my thoughts so far that I got in the book is it is definitely a chaotic start, jumping from time period to time period, and how it's like starting to intertwine. Like, some of the parts I like are how the guy, who does the dead 10 times, it like comes into like the meeting they have, and like all the stuff they did as a kid, and it's coming into this 20th century, and I just find it insane how he's tricking all these people in a way, because I feel like this guy is like talking about manipulating people, making them think he's our friend, like almost like a cult in a way. And I feel like this is gonna get really bad, especially with what this started with, and I think it's really good so far, so I'll come back at you once I read a few more chapters or finish it. Peace. Alright, we have just made it to chapter 8. And I've learned all about Donkey and his story arc, and it's insane how like he quote unquote jumped off the high school building. But what I think, I have a theory together that Donkey never jumped off the building, but was rather pushed off by someone, and they're trying to cover it up as suicide. Because it did say earlier in the story, I'm pretty sure, that some of the people in are actually the police. So I think they're trying to cover it up as a suicide. And also, I think that this may be a stretch, but I think there may be a chance that they could be brainwashed into knowing that side, and thinking that they were childhood friends in a way. That may be a bit of a stretch, because how do you remember all of that, and then everyone else, and then also talking about how the backstories of like how it originated, and putting it into the people of the group. I mean, like, I think there's something fishy going on here. But I'll get back to you later. hours later. Alright, I have just finished the 20th century manga. I think that this is gonna be insane. So, pretty much, the big gist is that you're telling me that this guy, yeah, 1 second. This guy dies, right? He's dying. And the main guy who's spreading all this, he's making it based off of what they did as kids. Like literal kids. Like all the ideas. And this kid, the one who did it, he's already brainwashing them right now. It's insane. And then also, one of the craziest moments that I saw was down here when this detective had the case, right? And he was walking home, you know, he was about to retire, and I had a really bad feeling about the next page, and I look at it. Wow. Yeah. But it's insane how this cult is literally like in everything. Like it's in the government, it's like everywhere hidden, trying to break down religions. Like when they killed the leader of the other religion. I forgot what page it was, but that was one of the things also that was like just insane. And then also like this other minor stuff, like I feel like this character will be really important later. And then also I have no idea what can be in this envelope. I wonder if it's going to be like directions to where he's going to be next. And then also, isn't this the same guy who had the knife in chapter 8, right? Or am I crazy? Here, this is the guy who got assassinated by this guy, right? And it could have... Doesn't this guy look like the guy who died? Alright, this is the normal guy. And then... And then, okay, this guy's like a grandpa. Yeah. That's insane. Yeah, this is a really good manga series, and I'm excited to read the next volumes of this. If you like this video, like and subscribe. Comment what mangas I should get next, and my next video will be reading and rating the first volume of Spy X Family. Couldn't get in this one. Bye. YouTube, I am 13 plus. I am not a minor, alright? I'm telling you to not disable my comments again. It's really annoying. So, now I'm going to be doing volume 1 of Spy X Family. I'm going to read it, then I'm going to review it, put my opinion on it, and I'm also going to summarize it, like I said last time. If you want me to add any manga to my collection, please put it in the comment section, because I have no idea what to add. I'll definitely add more of these volumes of 20th Century Boys and Spy X Family, but I'd also like some different series on top of that, so if you can do that, that would be awesome. But let's get right into it. Alright, I just finished reading Spy X Family right now, and my thoughts on it is that it's good, it's really good, and I think since I already watched the anime, or at least not all of it, but I watched a few episodes, I've already known all of the stuff in this, but I feel like it was cool to review it in the mod and stuff, so I'll talk about it a bit while we're here. So, first off, this guy, pain in the butt, he got what he deserved right here when he got punched in the face. He deserved that for sure. Another person that I really think now is just made to be annoying is this girl. Like, frick her. Like, what no? And then also, Lloyd, is kind of like interesting seeing him like adapt slowly to being like a nicer guy and like part of an actual family, like not being so like, you know, like covered in like a shell. Like he's starting to become more open in a way. And also, it's insane how like Anya has the ability to read minds. So like Anya knows everything, but nobody knows about that. So she's just kind of like there, and she knows everything, she's acting like nothing is happening. Frick you. And then like also like the like thoughts that happen, and then her reading is just like funny, like, you know. And then her always acting like nothing is happening when she literally like straight up destroys somebody. Like you're telling me we're not gonna talk about the fact that she literally did this stuff, and then she's like, oh, I learned it from some yoga. Like, you're not fooling nobody. Well, I guess you did fool them. This is the part where, you know, it says everything, you know. And then this is a really cool this is a cool picture. I actually used it for my thumbnail. I like this picture, you know. I think it's really cool. And then the flashbacks here, you know, that's insane. Showing that he did this just because of his childhood, and the same way that Yor did this, because as a child, I mean, like, her family was gone, so being an assassin was the only way to make money initially, you know? And I think it was really cool. I also find it interesting that when she's in big crowds and she reads minds, it like stresses her out. So I find that interesting also. Also, this guy is so goofy and like, bro. Like, brother, what are you doing? Like, he's like tweaking out the entire time because of him. You know, and then he's like trying to grip himself, you know, as everything's happening. And then like the random times when Anya would be like, am I gonna be sold to human trafficking? You know, like, just random stuff like that. This is also here, but I'll show my rating at the later. in this video, aka like right after this cut. So peace. Now for my rating, I'll give it an 8.3 out of 10, which still puts it below 20th Century Boys Volume 1, which I put at a 9.1. Peace. Our first edition to our manga is gonna start. Right. And then boom. First 2 books.